We live in a world that constantly pushes you to react. A sideways comment, a silent treatment, a disrespectful tone, your body tenses, your mind races, and you feel the urge to defend yourself, to clarify, to make it right. Because somewhere deep inside, you were taught that your value is tied to how you respond. That if you don't react, you're weak. If you don't speak up in the moment, you're letting them win. But what if I told you that not reacting is the most powerful reaction you can ever have? It's not silence out of fear. It's silence out of strength. It's the type of silence that comes from knowing who you are, what you deserve, and what you no longer have to tolerate. When someone disrespects you, when they lie to your face, raise their voice, or twist your truth, your instinct might be to fight back, to make them understand. But here's the truth. People who are committed to misunderstanding you will never suddenly wake up and see your side. You could write them an essay, bleed your heart out, cry in front of them, and they'll still flip it back on you. You're not obligated to educate people who refuse to see your worth. You're not responsible for fixing people who continue to hurt you. You are, however, responsible for your own energy. And your energy is too precious to waste on people who thrive on emotional chaos. The person who tries to provoke you isn't looking for resolution. They're looking for control. And when you react, they win. When you explain yourself to someone who already made up their mind about you, you fall into their trap. We think reacting is strength. But sometimes reacting is just trauma. It's the part of you that learned to fight for love, to chase validation, to convince someone that you're worthy. But you don't have to fight anymore. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone who makes you feel small, just to feel big themselves. That's not love, that's control, that's manipulation. And you don't belong in that. The next time someone tries to bait you with disrespect, take a breath. You don't have to respond to everything. Let them sit with their silence. Let them wonder why you didn't take the bait this time. Let them feel the discomfort of their own behavior echoing back at them. Your silence holds more truth than 100 arguments ever could. Because silence isn't empty. It's full of decisions. It says I'm done explaining myself to people who never listened. It says I know my worth, and this conversation no longer serves me. It says you don't get to rent space in my peace anymore. It's not passive, it's powerful. And yes, at first it might feel uncomfortable. You may feel guilt. That old programming will creep in. Maybe I should have said something. Maybe I was too harsh. But remember, this peace doesn't always feel familiar. Especially when chaos was your normal. Sometimes protecting your energy feels like abandonment, but only because you've been conditioned to prioritize others over yourself. It's not selfish to choose peace, it's self-preservation. You don't have to match someone's disrespect with your own. You don't have to stoop to their level to prove a point. Your growth will be tested when you are disrespected, and how you respond will reveal more about your healing than about their behavior. When you stay calm, when you refuse to entertain drama, when you walk away instead of engaging, you're breaking cycles. You're rewriting patterns that kept you stuck. This doesn't mean you let people walk all over you. This doesn't mean you tolerate abuse. It means you become so solid in your worth that you don't waste a single breath, proving it to anyone who refuses to see it. Sometimes the most revolutionary act is to walk away without giving them a show. No big exit. No shouting, just silence. You don't always have to announce your boundaries. Sometimes you just live them. And the people who are only around to drain your light, They'll remove themselves when they realize they can no longer access the old version of you, the one who always explained, always reacted, always gave another chance. That version of you served its purpose. But she's tired now, and she's ready to protect her energy. Because in the end, not everyone deserves your reaction. Not everyone gets to have a say in your life. The ones who love you won't make you feel like you're constantly defending yourself. The ones who truly see you won't need explanations for your silence. And those who don't, let them go. Let them misunderstand you. Let them call you cold, distant, changed. You didn't change. You just stopped bleeding for people who never offered you a bandage. Protect your energy. Don't react. Don't explain. Just walk away.